What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Danny Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's get started with my review of tonight's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. So, tonight, first of all, the first time in a long time that we actually saw the Smackdown intro, the music intro. Unfortunately, no pyro. Darn it. But we opened up the show from Columbus, Ohio. We got the New Day coming in and an OH Ohio chant, which I learned from Alexa Bliss many years ago on an episode of Raw when she was heel. I learned the Ohio chant from Alexa. I had to do that real quick because Pat McAfee does it. So we got the New Day opening up the show, having a great time, and then we got Drew McIntyre, or as Pat McAfee said, kneel to the steel because the big D is here. I just gotta say this for humor. Why is everyone trying to make Drew McIntyre's name sound like something from the inappropriate world of the internet? That is a name for a character you give to somebody working in that kind of industry. I mean, as we all know, Big D stands for Big Drew McIntyre, but they're trying to make it sound like he's trying to get employed to be his side job is being employed doing that type of entertainment. But either way, New Day and Drew McIntyre opened up the show. We found out that Drew McIntyre, should Roman Reigns be champion in by Labor Day weekend, Drew McIntyre will challenge Sheamus at UK on Labor Day weekend in a huge record-setting crowd, just like SummerSlam 1992. However, Roman's probably going to be champion because the guy just can't be stopped. The only person that'll probably be able to stop Roman is The Rock himself. But either way, just don't cook The Rock's eggs on a toilet, please. Next to a toilet, you know. But either way, the Brawling Brutes interrupt the celebration, and Pete Dunne, as I like to remember him, runs to the ring, and we have a six-man tag. And one of the things I found very funny was Xavier Woods, after him and Kofi did the running senton, Xavier Woods gets on, takes Pat McAfee's headset, and starts talking into the microphone like The Rock used to do in 1999. Ironically, this happened just 4 days after the Street Profits did an emulation of The Rock towards The Miz. That was fun to watch. So, moving forward, nonetheless, great match. We had the last time a main event rematch opened the show that I remember was many years ago when Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy had a great match in 2003, and the next week they opened the show with the main event match again. That was the first time a cruiserweight match had been a main event match, and that was a great match. But either way, they opened up the show very electric, and well, not once again, because this time, unfortunately, after the brogue kick from Sheamus to Drew, Pete Dunne capitalized with his own move, and the Brutes get the end of this. And there are some that want to see this thing end, but I don't think it's going to end until Big E comes back from the neck injury and gets the man who did it in the first place, Reggie Friggy, as he is now known. Moving forward, we had a bit of a short match tonight, short but fun match. We had Jinder versus Humberto Carrillo. After Los Mathorius did the kiss cam, Jinder came to face Carrillo, and the wild card of this was Shanky, who had become a bit of a dancing sensation since last week. However, the fun shenanigans caused Shanky and Jinder to lose last week. However, Shanky paid help this week for Jinder, and Jinder would get the roll up pin. And Jinder was not in the mood to dance. He is not in the mood to channel his 3MB persona from 9 years ago. He is strictly business. In fact, there was a time where he was getting a big push and winning that championship right there. But either way, Shanky is still having fun, and I actually kind of like this fun side of Shanky where he's dancing, and he had a chance to dance with SmackDown announcer Samantha, and I think I sense love in the air. I think Shanky likes Samantha. Shanky and Samantha sitting in a tree. Just kidding. I'm just playing. Also, in tonight, we saw the 6 pack challenge with Shayna, Raquel, Shotzi, Aaliyah, who was locked up but somehow managed to get out, and the cameraman got out with him. And of course, who else? Aaliyah, Shotzi, Shayna, Raquel, Xia Li, and Natalia. And we saw the 6 man women tag match. Natalia would end up winning because when Raquel went for the, what's that move called? I believe it is called the Tahada Bomb. When she went for the Tahada one hand power bomb, Shayna came in the and put her in a sleeper chokehold, which gave Natalia the Bumblebee bolt a chance to pin Shotzi Blackheart. So we have soon Ronda Rousey versus Natalia Neidhart, 2 submission specialists. Now, some of you have probably seen a review I did earlier this year for Rousey's birthday on my top moments, favorite moments and matches from Ronda Rousey. I'll probably end up doing a revised video of that next year because she had another great match with Charlotte, the I Quit match. And of course, the one with Raquel, which I also reviewed. But either way, if you saw that video, you know that they had a match on Raw many years ago in 2019, I believe, during a pretty rough time in Natalia's life. However, that was still, to me, a good fight between Natalia and Ronda Rousey. And I think we may be in store for another good match between those two. Also, I thought those two were friends. I know Shayna and Rousey are true life friends, but I wonder if Natty and Rousey are still true life friends as well. Only time will tell. But either way, let's get on to something that I'm really excited to talk about. Madcap Moss. If you have watched me in the early versions of my reviews during the early time of Madcap Moss, I used to humorously call him Magic Mike Moss because he looks, with the suspenders, he looks like a male dancer from Las Vegas that can't tell jokes. But tonight, there was no jokes. Let me just say this. Off script, no notes. I'm digging that music. I am digging the new theme. Madcap came out of an ambulance like Braun Strowman did in the summer of 2017. He came out of the ambulance. Awesome new theme. And the vibe that I am getting in this rivalry with Madcap and the big bald wolf Corbin is similar to me to a couple of feuds. Number one, 11 years ago, we saw The Miz and Alex Riley. When The Miz kept treating his protege like crap, Alex Riley finally snapped. Everyone enjoyed it. And of course, he got a new theme by Downstate, Say It to My Face. And to this day, I love that theme. Also, it helped introduce me to a theme I did not know he had called Fierce Days, which some say that John Morrison used to have. I don't have any proof of that, but either way, I've not seen proof of that. But either way, moving forward, Riley, it gives me a lot of Riley versus Miz vibes, and it also gives me a Warlow, well, not necessarily Warlow versus MJF vibe, but I'm glad to have Warlow a free man, and I'm glad he's got his music back. And ironically, we are about to become MJF fans because while he is good at making people despise him, after what happened Wednesday night, which I gave my thoughts on, be sure to check out my thoughts on MJF. After what happened Wednesday night, everyone's an MJF fan. I have watched that promo again and again because it is just so freaking good. Him, Punk, Joey Styles, and The Undertaker 1998 when he talked about Mr. McMahon's hand chosen favorites, some of the best personal pipe bombs I've ever seen. So, back to the matter at hand. Madcap has a new theme that I'm gonna find after I'm done with this review. But tonight we didn't get to see Madcap destroy Baron Corbin and crush his neck. Why is it that when a babyface gets revenge and tries to crush someone's neck, security guard always wants to come in and stop it? Where were y'all when the heel was trying to end this guy's career? Y'all couldn't restrain him then. Interesting. Nevertheless, we will see Madcap and the Big Bald Wolf face off. What was that Pat McAfee called him? Let me see. Human. I hope this is not an inappropriate word, but human fedora, whatever the heck that means, is what Pat McAfee called him tonight. And Madcap, even though we're going to hell in a cell, will do the Lord's work, in the words of Pat. Pat is such a great commentary. And happy 25 to Michael Cole. Also, moving forward, now let's get to some small matters at hand. We saw a build up for Cody versus Seth. We also saw Max Dupree to give another member of his fashion group. Now, let me just say this in humor. Max Dupree loves to get close to Adam Pearce and all up in Adam Pearce's spaces. If I'm Adam Pearce, you better hope you got good breath. Max Dupree, LA Knight, I don't care who he is. For somebody to be that close up to you, your mouth better smell like mint. I'm just saying. If you're going to be close to somebody, you better smell good. Your mouth and your body better smell good. I'm just saying. Now let's get to the main event. The early part of the main event was very even to me. I thought it was a very even match until they got near the middle of it when the Usos stomped on Shinsuke's leg and they gave that sign again. Okay, now I don't know if this. Now, usually people say this is a sign that means you're in trouble for real, but sometimes you just wonder if they're just for scripts or playing around. But from what I heard, this is what you don't want to see. And we saw it tonight, and Shinsuke got injured again. Usos, y'all just injuring people. Jeez. So Shinsuke got taken to the back, Pat McAfee's favorite wrestler, got taken to the back, and Riddle really did hold his own, and he almost won the match. He almost won it until Sami Zayn started playing Roman's theme. Did Roman give permission for you to do that? That's my question. So Sammy played Roman's theme, but Riddle still went for the RKO on Jimmy, and Jimmy landed ugly. If you paid close attention, you'll know that Jimmy had an ugly landing. Also, Jay went for the body splash and would get the pin 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, Riddle is going places. This Riddle is usually this happy guy. He's usually a happy, fun-loving guy. But y'all gonna push Riddle, and Happy Riddle is gonna be pissed, and somebody gonna get everything. I usually say like Brian Strowman, you're gonna get the soup bones or get the hands, but with Riddle, you're gonna get everything. You're gonna get the hands. He's good with kicks and everything, so y'all gonna get everything. Because I've never seen Riddle this angry before. And in my personal opinion, I think Riddle will make a good contender for Roman Reigns' undisputed championship. In my personal opinion, I think he'll make a good contender for that before Newcastle, maybe at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. But I would like to see Riddle versus Roman Reigns. So, what do you think about tonight's broadcast? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm your host, Daniel Cody. That's all the time I have for you today, and I will see you at a Hell in a Cell review, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. But until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Until next time. Peace.